February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. How did the investigation go, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. The whole thing, or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Yeah. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. Ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you one word of advice. Yes? The defense attorney should not believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Guy, you remind me a lot of Mia, but there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. You think a lot like a prosecutor. My first trial without a faith opening. It's gonna be a madness. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Order. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has also been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in court since in this trial. I hope the person feeling will not be part of proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anybody else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he has much more forceful in person. Suddenly feel like confessing it to everything. However, she will not now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime, a professional witness. Well, then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. We're not going to even call the detective on the case. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered this caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I haven't eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have the Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? You, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everybody raves about it. It's so tasty, it hurts. Caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Why the heck does tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name's Angela Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I am not finished reading. Hurry up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the case. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth. As Mr. Edgeworth said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What does he mean by that? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angela Starr was a special investigator for the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up, Queen Angel Starr, you're her. On a long time no see. Very well, you may continue your description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I may have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block for the prosecutor officer personnel, and B block is for the visitors and clients. A chain divider separates 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep the visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yeah? The crime took place by car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer was stabbed by the victim in the knife and went to drive the body out. Drag the body out. Fortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you not see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, mister. Me? Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver my lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was one of my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Mr. Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. White. Yeah, it is but a scratch. Well, Mr. Wright, you could begin your examination. Hold it. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor. abhorrent so far. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods always lead to tragedy. The Lunchley's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to raising inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something that's possible? Thought I had my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't have been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be. Laid off? She was fired? Do you mean prosecutors are nothing more than worms? That said, I am a pro, as we know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Boyfriend. He's a detective? Not that boyfriend. That boyfriend? You have several. And this boyfriend, and that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend care to join. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with lunches, thanks. You just have to judge a thing before I buy. The security guard is... So that you did, since I'm a visitor now, I got the new job. By yes, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's! Incidentally, the knife will... Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. Witness. Here we go. Job by witness. Why'd you keep the opinions you just said? Rookie. Huh? Rookie. Unless you're willing. Me. Oh, sorry. Like a footer. Crispy on the outside, chewy on it. That was inspiring. I may have relegated into early posts of lunch lady, but my instinct. A photograph? You took this? In fact. Right. The camera. I suppose that's more exciting. Yeah, I'm getting that. What witness? Why am I now seeing this photograph? You think I'd show you a prosecutor in an thing again? My boyfriend works in the photograph the division of criminal justice. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Uh-oh, that is unmistakable. Something ain't feeling right. Objection! Bitch, take a look at this. So, it's Chalmers for lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch, but isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Guy not holding a knife? Him? Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That has to be the weakest objection ever, mister. Yet it is still stronger than your feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The photograph was not taken before the stabbing. This was taken after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. But that, for instance... well, Mr. Wright? Except you... Mr. Wright, what are you doing? Just sit there and take that kind of... Oh, you've got to be a better idea. Yeah, you can object. Wait, that contradicts. Anyway, she took the picture the moment of the car. She witnessed it. I apologize. If you run out of lunch, you ought to problem solved. You don't like it? That is the lunch from the get-go. Then she told without a plan or remorse. It was a premeditated. Premeditated? How would you know? Gloves. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber. You would not have been wearing them. These gloves. Wah! Serious difference. Objection. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Defense has a request. We ask the witness to provide an accurate testimony. What is that, rookie? In your testimony, stated Donna Sky planned this. She was wearing those special gloves. It seems like a natural conclusion. However, why would she also not prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Ah! The knife just so happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to plan a murder. Don't forget the murder weapon. Never forget the murder weapon if you're planning a murder. Do not take it from me. It's out of Phoenix's mouth right there. You see it on the screen. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning here. Great show, Mr. Wright. Mr. Good, it's right. Right? I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? You be deluding yourself into thinking that tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail, but this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated. Bah, the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. Anyone who seems to care about the lunch lady over there. The defendant, not Ernest Sky, murdered the detective with a knife. I was about to call him a defective one, but he's dead. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose that you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do, she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why what? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not your what you thought. How dare you? My powers of detection are not to be underestimated. Really now? Lana Sky was intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim over to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure that the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge that knife into him again and again. Multiple times? We read that police account. Autopsy report. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does that sound like a premeditation, does it? Pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now examine the witness. Let's see. What's that? What's that? Objection! You said she stabbed him again and again and again and again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? I'll test you. With my mock surprise. I'm afraid that is moss going under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report says that the death was due to a loss of blood from one stab. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. What a hunk! He's my hero, really. What about my objection? I wasn't noticed. Well, witness, you get a crime scene set, right? Woohoo, thanks. I always believed no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. That such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? So that's what testify. Wait a second. I remember not seeing something like a muffler on her. I demanded an explanation. This is clearly not suited for detective work. Clearly defective. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. You proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that's... This be only professional really clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevailed. But it wasn't there, Scott. No, that's really, but something really. Well now, how are we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Please continue. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. That... Very well. I do remember seeing some things accurately, at least. We couldn't shake the most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. To the murder. The suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. We quickly caught up to her, explained her rights, and stood on the spot. Yes, I arrested her. She meant the muffler. That's what had me confused in my early testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but her against Angel Starr, resistance is futile. I strike like a snake, bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with the details unless you want to think different. No thanks. Note yourself. Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. That chief prosecutor tried to use this, but... I would imagine. Leopard woman. Wow. Okay. Very well then. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Hold it. You said quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the entire time. Maybe... Press her. Let's press her. I'd like to see this on the floor prints, just to be safe. Lunch car was... she said she was on the visit from here. You got Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. There was a chain link fence. I went over it. Amazing! The cough-up crane athlete. It would have taken her a little time to climb over that tree. According to my sister, that fast. But 9 feet tall, too. Hold it. If I remember correctly, I would have showed you my cheeky. Just one word. Let's ask first. But what do you mean the cell phone that we discovered? I mean, somebody discovered at the crime scene? Ah, yes. Ultimately, my memory. It's like someone heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr. The prosecutor first mentioned attempted to use this phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. And she used the emergency. Good witness. Because too good testify. It's too good testimony. Oh, hello! It was fantastic. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Objection. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Our testimony is unmarred, personal. And who would you have thought you would be my knight in shining armor? Prosecutor. You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, there is a fatal contradiction. Did you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me. Oh, miss. You cough it all up. Him. Let's take a look at this real quick. However, that's true. You couldn't have seen the Miss Guy making that phone call. I believe I believe you know what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of the partition. If indeed you were in the B block, you couldn't have seen it. Wah! Order? Order? What is it? It's simply order. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you allow me to... Which is the lies she told it before. Is that about? Where? She saw. Nothing, therefore. It would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say she did actually see this guy using the emergency. Miss Starr would be witnessing the witness crime for a different location. A different location? Now that's pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call me my lie pointless, at least tell me. Tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime?
Take that!
This is the only place she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire. She would have been in. See the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are so many other places she could have seen the place. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in Block A. The only place she could have seen the crime, and the back of the partition is here. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, right? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting better at I think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man better run to Starr. Order, witness. We will be back in the next video.